How would you like if I ain't say a thing? I hear you speaking, but I never hear my phone ring. Getting flowers the first time when casket closing. I ain't trying to waste a dime on past exposing. And it's so real, they never open up. They never told us how to get this sort of stuff. I gotta go to higher heights, it's sorta tough. You can't control the hate because it's only love. It's really love assimilated to the other bluffs. The rising bluffs because my mountain's getting kinda tough. I'm staying tough, I gotta work until I had enough. It's been enough, I think I find this cycle very rough. I find this cycle very rough. It's steady getting kinda tough. Hey, let me switch it up. Hair free flowing, another tree growing, spreading roots around in my mind. Where are we going? I'm already knowing, don't need no emphasis. I show my empathy, they try to take my sense, but all I got is pennies. It don't make no sense, don't know what to make of it. I gotta make a hit, I don't know how they taking it, but if it's well received, I know I'm blessed with these. I'm taking steps with these, I hope my people please. I'll make my daddy proud, my mama singing loud, my grandma saving blessings, my cousin in the crowd.
Before you come to college, if you're even afforded the chance, you have this vision in mind of what your life will look like. You've seen it in movies, and TV shows, and in the snippets of the virtual lives we see young people create. There exists this handcrafted, extremely tailored vision of university life, of college existence. It's a vision filled with living in the moment, studying in beautiful libraries, laughing with friends as you walk about the pavement surrounded by brick buildings that are filled with history, with knowledge, with spoken words, and the inkling, that sensation, that something groundbreaking will happen at any moment. The vision is filled with belonging. The vision is one of community. But what do you do when the vision you've created for yourself is tarnished? When you cannot find solace in the spaces around you? When the life you thought you were going to live in university vanishes before your eyes? While not always obvious, there are boilers who have worked tirelessly to create the path in which you forge your destiny, who have laid the foundational groundwork so that there exists rail guards to be there for you. The Boilermaker style is to create your way, to create a style in your life that gives you the freedom to be, to find the spaces where you belong, to exist in the pockets of time in which only a select few can fit. Do you see it still? When you think of university, is it what you imagine? Will you turn a blind eye and choose somewhere else, somewhere with less grit and less intensity? Or will you become a boiler guided by integrity and a spark to leave this place better than you found it? A boiler that wishes to create a space for all to be welcome and all to find belonging. Will you become the next Black Boilermaker?
Who am I to be? Should I just be me? A shadow in the crowd, fading with the day, or a voice still yearning, finding its way. I walk through rooms where faces blur, speak, but the words never stir. Am I a whisper, too soft to hear? Or something deeper waiting to appear? I wear the masks that others see, but what if they're not really me? In the silence, I search for a sound, a piece of myself yet to be found. Who am I to be? Should I dare be free? Unseen, unheard, I still must try to find the truth in my own eye. Through the fog, I am reaching out, past the doubt, past the shout. There is more to me than what they see. I am becoming endlessly.
My name is Toyinda Smith Carter.
My name is Terry Gilbert.
I am a Purdue alum. What I currently do for Purdue is I serve on the Purdue Black Alumni Organization Board.
I currently serve as Associate Director of Admission. I am a Purdue alumni. I graduated in 2006 with a Bachelor of Science in Management.
And have been serving for a couple years now, and just really excited to stay connected to the happenings at Purdue.
From Indianapolis, born and raised, going to college was something that was always a dream of mine. I had really no one to aspire to. I was a first-generation college student, but from a very early age, I knew that college was something that I wanted to do, something I aspired to.
Being a Purdue Black student is very special because we are in a predominantly white institution, and having the experience of being able to create subcultures within the culture was very valuable, or is very valuable for a Purdue student.
But to me, it means carrying a legacy. I felt a sense of empowerment, but also a sense of responsibility. And so I did whatever I could to make sure that I was doing justice to all of those that came before me, named and unnamed.
Being a student here caused me to really be expansive in my thinking, expansive in my perspective, which caused a level of creativity in me as I matriculated out.
So to me, as a student, as a Black student at Purdue, that's what it meant. How could I help ensure that our voice, our history, our culture had a space in predominantly white spaces? It's not just me talking. It's the Black voice at Purdue, fairly or unfairly, right?
So my identity was able to stay intact because I created those subcultures of relationships. Again, joining an organization that fit into my identity. Number one, as a Black woman at that time, and then a woman that had athletic abilities that could use those abilities to earn a scholarship.
That same thing exists. That same connection with me and being an African American, and that being representative, my opinion, my thoughts are representative of a much wider audience, again, fairly or unfairly. And so it's helped me to kind of understand and discern that a little bit more.
My experience here as a leader in sorority, as a leader in track and field, has really crossed over to that corporate space.
One of the most treasured pictures that I have, it's me in a picture of 8 other Black graduates from, at that point, Credit School of Management. That was 4 years of us going to the libraries, commiserating, celebrating each other's success, being there for one another, being candid, taking classes over with because we just weren't prepared to take it the first time.
There are going to be individuals who will not accept you, who will not sit down and get to know you. But on the other end of that, there are individuals who will help you progress along, and they'll get to know you and not make a judgment decision based off of how you look.
My name is Nathan Williams. I'm a student here at Purdue University. I'm originally from South Bend, Indiana. I'm a double major in history and sound for the performing arts.
I'm Jackson Miner. I am a sophomore in multidisciplinary engineering, and I'm originally from the Milwaukee, Wisconsin area.
My name is Boris. I'm a sophomore majoring in biology. You know, I am involved with Impact Movement, which is like a Black Christian movement that we have on campus. I am part of ASA, or African Student Association.
I'm Tanaya Reed. I'm a junior in animal sciences with a certificate in entrepreneurship and innovation, now from South Bend, Indiana.
Ohinoy David Momo. I'm a double major in political science and economics, and I got 2 minors. And yeah, man, I mean, this is Bearing Hall. This is where I have a couple of my classes.
I know quite a few Black students, but I would say it's because I like to be active. I was talking to someone earlier. I said I like to be busy because I'm a busybody. My mom is one, and that's how I grew up. So I know a lot of people here.
I know a decent amount as well. I'm also in all of the clubs I'm in are Black centered. I'm in like National Society of Black Engineers, other NAACP, ESU, things like that. So I would say I know a decent amount as well.
I've met most of them through mutual friends, through, some friends I had who have friends who are from their like BGR group, and, they bring friends that they have from class, and, it just grew over time. So just kind of like connected, and also being a part of different organizations through the BCC.
I know a lot, almost everybody who entered here, so I met everybody here at the Black Culture Center.
On campus, I'm involved in a lot of different organizations. I'm one of 11 Posse Scholars on campus, a part of the first Posse cohort. We're a group of students chosen by the Posse Foundation to come to Purdue University on a full tuition scholarship. I serve on the Student Life Advisory Board. I sing with PMO and Heart and Soul, as well as the Black Voices of Inspiration in the BCC. Additionally, I also serve as the chapter historian for the Purdue chapter of the NAACP.
ASA, my parents, they're from Cameroon, and I'm very, I like to be very cultured in my culture. And with ASA, it's definitely just an outlet, for other African students and whatnot. We just all meet together, we have fun together, we'll have soccer tournaments, basketball tournaments, for example, AFCON was this year, earlier this year, we, had a watch party for that, just all watch together, definitely just fun all around.
And I would say most of them I met through the BCC, which is the Black Cultural Center. I'm a member of the choir here. And so we have big events with everyone who is involved in the Black Cultural Center, and a lot of people hang out here.
Right now I'm walking into the BCC, or the Black Cultural Center. I like to come here, just to study, just to meet friends. A lot of people here that I know, and it's just a nice place to just chill after class. Here, we have this little area. Usually if there's an event here, we'll have food or have a meeting here. And this is another place where we can just we just sit down and study. Just a lot of stuff. And then also here, they'll have performances here once in a while. I think they had one earlier actually. Just a good place, pretty spacious. We also have the BVOI, which is the Black Voices of Inspiration. Just like a choir, pretty much through the BCC that we have. They usually have, events here, concerts here. I've been to one, they're all just amazing.
I kind of explored BVOI a little bit. At the beginning semester of my freshman year, and I just really enjoyed it, and I just kept on coming, and the rest, as they say, is history.
I knew I was gonna join, and so I kind of just showed up because I love singing, and I needed in my freshman year I needed something to do. I showed up, and I just really enjoyed the culture. Grayson introduced me to everybody. Grayson just has great energy, so I was like, damn. And then I showed up again, and now it's just been part of my life. It's something that I'm very glad that I do. A little bit about me. I like to be active on campus. So I said I had 2 minors. I have a psych minor and then an acting certificate. And so I'm a big artist. Despite my majors being so literal, very research focused, I'm a big artist. So a lot of times, something I can't really show you, but a lot of times I'll spend my free time doing certain projects. So for example, this year I was actually involved in a movie, a full-fledged independent film, which was really cool experience.
Like I said, I'm a sophomore majoring in biology. I also have minors in chemistry and Spanish. I chose that because I'm on the pre-med track as of right now. I'm definitely trying to become a doctor someday. Impacted the Black Christian community that we have on campus. You know, I've been in there since my freshman year. You know, just like they usually have Bible studies about like every Tuesday or so. You know, I've definitely just been trying to go to those. You know, trying to learn more about the word, trying to be consistent in my word. Like, you know, just being on campus and not really having, you know, my family to go to church with. They've definitely been like a very like tight-knit community, you know, that I can depend on, that I can, you know, confide in, you know, with any questions that I have, you know, with, you know, just learning more about the word. And it's definitely been a good experience for me. Like, I'm a student leader, you know, for Impact as of now.
I really think that the Black community here is already pretty tightly knit. Like, everybody either knows everybody or at least knows of.
Yeah, like we said, like it's a small Black community here, so it's very easy to meet people and then see them again after that. Like after you meet somebody, you're going to see them again, and you're going to know their name, and you're definitely going to sit there and become friends one day.
On the first day that you came to Purdue as a Black student, what were your thoughts like going into class?
I mean, I was kind of hoping like it'd be better than high school, because I did come from like a very like predominantly white area. So I was hoping like Purdue would be a little bit better. It's a little bit, but not like a substantial amount, I'd say.
It was very different. It was different. At the time, before I switched my major, I was in a major that I only saw one Black person in my major, so it was very, you know, scary to, you know, just think. I was like, wow, there's like none of us, you know.
It was definitely, it was an experience. On my first day, I liked the freedom of doing what I want, but at the same time, I was very scared because like your parents aren't there, so you have to fend for yourself.
So I'm from a Black community, so coming here was like, okay, how do I fit in? Like I said, I didn't meet anybody till my second semester, so my whole purpose here was to make as many friends as I can and tighten the community as much as I can also.
Do Black students need anything on this campus?
I mean, community. We all need community.
I feel like one thing I'm very proud of in the Black community is we're very self-sufficient. We've created a lot of programs, just like student-run, student-based things. There's a lot of stuff that we're doing, even downstairs, that is mostly run by us, that we've created spaces and done things for our community. So I feel like when there is things that the community needs, we know how to provide that, because historically we haven't had that provided for us.
A lot of students, especially coming in here, it's a whole new environment. It's the first time you've ever really been by yourself, and you have to make a lot of new friends, right? And the best way to make new friends is just to be involved in like stuff.
Look at me, grown from the soil of my two forms, broken from what is you, by the ones who did not understand me. In the pursuit of what is content, I mask the pain behind thee to make me a new persona, one that is free of the cage that is sorrow, keeping me from escaping. They endanger me. The sticks and stones tossed in my aura, chipping away at the pain of my pearly peace and confidence. Never mind that. I will vanish behind the curtain of smoke, the cloud of a false reality, the viscosity of the violent vapor. Never lets me fade into the crowd of the door until I'm pulled back up and heard in full.
Welcome to the very first episode of the Black Boilermaker Experience interview/podcast. Today, I'm here with Adrian Andrade, a senior in nuclear engineering from South Bend, Indiana.
Hi, my name is Nia Person. I'm a junior majoring in film and video production.
Hi, I am Jada C. Jenkins. I am a senior majoring in retail management with a concentration in apparel design and a minor in communications.
Hello. I'm Larry Lomax. I was studying marine biology. I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana. I've been living there for a few years, graduated from Avon High School.
My name is Shakina Gori. I am a senior majoring in energy engineering.
Adrian is a Fall 23 initiate of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. He also serves as the chapter president of the Gamma Rho chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. Adrian, thank you for joining me.
And I am involved as the Black Student Union president. I am the head college ambassador for Future Black Leaders Incorporated here at Purdue. I'm also the photography officer for Origin, the Black Creatives Collective, and as well as a Sankofa Scholars Mentor.
So currently I'm a part of BMIN, which is a Black Male Excellent Network program. It's just to build like a community on campus for like other people that look like me, Black males, Black anybody, or even if you're not like a minority, you're still welcome to come, because it's just nice to grow community regardless like who's in there, who's a part of it.
Just the outside things on how to copy events, get out that negative energy, and then get ready for the next one.
And just a little bit about what I'm involved in. I am the Vice President of the Purdue Student Government.
I'm also part of the National Society of Black Engineers. And I'm also part of Global Indie, which is a Navigators ministry on the Indianapolis campus.
So BSU is a really broad organization because we want to cater to different identities and personalities within the Black community as well.
But it is to serve as a political voice for the Black students on campus in case of anything that goes wrong or not exactly in line with treating Black people well. The Black Student Union is normally there to work as a third party to mediate.
When you think of unity, you think of togetherness. So when you think of Black people, there are different types of Black people as well. So we try to make sure that every aspect is targeted within us. We do a lot of advocacy work to make sure that we are being heard on campus and that we are having our representation pretty much wherever we go.
I've had the opportunity of working with a lot of students, with a lot of Black students, and I would say one thing that we have in common is that sense of creating community. Purdue Indie is fresh off the ground, and I believe it is an opportunity for all students to shape their, to be an integral part of creating that campus identity.
We're all in college. I'm sure we've all been stressed out. Do you think that representation impacts us in a good way, in a bad way? Does it make you feel more secure, or does it really not matter?
I would say it absolutely matters, especially for just mental health. I'm pretty sure there is a lot of statistics that just show that whenever you have a community, a support group of people in your education, you do better in your education. And especially if you are a minority at a school and there's barely any people who look like you, like a lot of people's first default is gonna be to become friends with somebody who shares the same skin as them, the same gender as them. Even that's what they'll feel comfortable doing. And so it's like, one thing I noticed amongst like my friends and just from hearing other people's stories is that they feel sort of alienated.
What do you think of Purdue's recruitment of Black or minority students?
I feel like we're getting better. You know, there's still like a lot we could do, but you know, just bit by bit, we're getting better.
I think it can be done better. I don't have any ideas of how, but I think having only 4% of the population at Purdue being Black is extremely underwhelming, especially compared to the national average, which is like 13 to 15%. Don't come to me for any ideas, but I think we can do better. I think Purdue's resources for Black students is amazing. The BCC is absolutely wonderful, one of the best institutions in the country, but I think we just need to do better at advertising and marketing and make people realize you're welcome here as a Boilermaker if you're Black.
I'm not too sure if my story necessarily breaks too far from a stereotype. I think the only thing that separates me from I guess, every other engineer currently is that I am the only African American student in my major, and has been the case ever since I joined the university. However, I think my experience is similar to to other African American students in their majors. Most students, unless it's African American studies, most African American students are the vast minority of their classes.
For my friends, it's like most of my friends are whether Nigerian, Kenyan, Ghanaian, for the most African. Most of my friends are African, and you know, there's a lot of struggles that Black people face. There's a lot of struggles Africans face too. And when it comes to the struggles African space, I vent out to my friends. Why is it that they can't hear me? Everybody can hear me. What's wrong with you? Why can't you hear me? Or some people may think, oh, he's from Africa, maybe he's from a poor family, not really. Or maybe he's dumber or something like that.
But I feel like if I had an issue about race, so I had an issue for like anything to talk about race, whether it could be hair, dating, anything, I could talk to you and like we could somewhat like relate on a different level than if I try to talk to somebody who wasn't Black, you know? So it's easy to relate to them, which can help in your mental health when you need to talk to somebody or vent to somebody about certain issues.
Initially, I'm from Kenya, East Africa. The vast majority of African students tend to be from Nigeria or Central Africa. So when I joined Purdue, my identity felt more, I guess, coinciding with like just general African Americans or just general Africans going towards like Nigerian rather than being from my own country. There's not a lot of, I only know like maybe 4 or 5 Kenyans.
So like I always say, my freshman year, it was so hard finding friends here and people look like me. I was literally across the street at Windsor looking out windows like, dang, where everybody at?
At the end of like my second semester of freshman year, I kind of felt lost a bit.
I wasn't lost. I wasn't looking for anything. I was literally, I tell everyone in this, I was a snail. I stayed in my shell so much my first semester here.
I didn't know any Black people. Like Nia said, my roommate had to force me to go out. It was more like go out to dinner.
When I came here, I had no idea what was going on. So it was very nice to have some other students who are like me to show me around campus, have my mentor to hang out with. And they all just were a huge help to me because they just were prepared for school, I guess, a lot more than I was. So it was nice being able to lean on them.
Well, having a community around you really helps with your mind and your mental health because like me, whenever I have a problem, I go to my friends first. And they understand it because it's like, we are the same, per se. You go through the same things, you go through the same experiences, you go through the same struggles. And yeah, having that community.
A lot of people talk about like they don't feel like they have a place here, but you have to take the initiative yourself to to make sure you find your place.
But I was able to just kind of find my light and persevere through it because I found my community.
It was at an event at the BCC and it was like, oh, there's a Black Purdue group chat, and this was like 2 months into school. I'm like, Black Purdue group chat? So they added me to that, and I was like, oh, there's a Black student union here.
I started beginning of sophomore year. I started working at the BCC.
This semester I found the BCC. Well, I found it last semester, started going this semester.
And then I saw, I think it was BSU who had it was like through Time, it was like February, it's Black History Month, a fashion show. And I was like, dang, it's cold outside by myself. I need to get out there.
I did meet a lot of Black people, and like I became a TA, and my boss was Black. Like I just met so many people,
and that's where I met a lot of people that I'm still like friends with.
You just start talking to people. You start having conversations. You start playing games. You literally did not know nobody, and then you would ask probably like 2 weeks later, what's your name again? Because like we never knew each other's name, but we definitely, we was friends, and we all had like political conversations and relationship conversations and being Black here at Purdue conversations. It was so much importance just meeting at the BCC.
I said there's been a growing focus on mentorship programs, and I would say creating clubs and organizations that basically cater to the underrepresented student population.
I'm someone that really likes to cater to the Black experience on campus a lot, and I want to make sure that everyone's time here is being fulfilled with the things they actually want to do.
People if they want to go find other people who look like them, or they need somewhere that's like familiar. They could always come to like the BCC, come to our events. We have like events that are to help with professionalism. So we have like professional dress, how to build your brand, entrepreneurship.
Black Student Union is fully student ran. When you really think about it, yes, we do have an advisor for the organization. However, the ideas, the events are all thought of by our students, and we all put in the work to make the flyer, book the rooms, find the catering, find the purpose, what is the message.
Like, we like to cater to the freshmen. We have our new freshman e-board that we implemented this year so they can be able to learn how to become leaders. And then for like grad students, we do collaborations with other organizations, like we're working on with the Black Graduate Student Association, and trying to get people ready for post-grad and see how they could make that transition. Other things like just working on professional development within our workshops and making sure they're getting that educational attainment. Other things that we like to celebrate is just the different aspects of pop culture in America. For example, like our fashion show during Black History Month last year.
What steps do you take to ensure that your organization stays visible and relevant in a space where Black students often face invisibility?
The simplest answer is just the marketing of it. Social media, we really wanted to market everything that we're doing.
You have to market really strategically.
A lot of people don't know about these orgs and a lot about what like Black Purdue has to offer.
Trying to be more visible in like different communities as a whole. So like if I'm going out to do like community service or something, I'll wear my letters. Or even if like I'm on campus and just like going to class.
Using other organizations' resources, like, oh, you guys know these type of people and you guys know these type of people, and I reached out to all the organization leaders when we need like different resources, external resources that'll help towards like our initiatives and stuff like that.
It's a lot of stuff that is like put us in a position of being invisible, but once us organizations like go out to the community and go back to where we come from and actually tell them like, hey, we are here, come here. That's like one step I definitely take, is going back to my community and helping out and letting everybody know that we're definitely here. You need to come so we can be more visible.
So remembering like why you joined these organizations in the first place, like the missions that all these organizations have, and like what you're striving toward. Just remembering that in the back of your head, like you joined these for a goal. You didn't just join these for no reason. So kind of just remembering, like as a bit of like a motivation, just remembering stay ahead.
We got a great education, came to a great school through the predominantly Black school, but it's like the culture, the like comfortability, it's not there yet. So like coming to meetings like this, it really helps. It helps a lot actually.
It does take time just because it is a smaller community, but trust me, it'll be worth it the more you like go out and meet new people. One thing that I really like want to advise to you guys is just to keep introducing yourself to people. You don't know how many connections and networking opportunities there are.
Yes, we'll sing. Singing still of brighter days, of beauty foretold. And that's not to say it's not beautiful right now. There's just still more to be done, and we'll do it as we look up to the sun for motivation, inspiration, and support. We will rise. We will rise up. We will rise up in spite of, but first, we'll rise in our minds. Bleak as it may seem, I believe that you can change things simply by seeing differently, with new eyes, hopes undashed, unabashed, and resilience. Let us be a new mindset. Let us be that twinkle in your eye, that inspiration for continuation of why we will not give up. Even when the sun dims and clouds flood in your mind, my spirit, my truth, they live in your arms, in your heart, in your smile. It is not denial. It is a realistic intervention. I am reimagined. My name is Optimism. And you will remember me. For the love that I have and the hope that I share. For the mission to resistance of misery and heartbreak of broken morale that aims to break you down. You will not bow. For you are who you choose to be.
I'm the Director of Student Excellence and Community for the College of Liberal Arts. And for the last 3 years, I have run something called Black and Gold, Celebrating Black History at Purdue Walking Tour. Generally, it takes place through the month of February.
Demands that we had as Black students. About that time was when we started calling ourselves Black as opposed to Negro.
So when I started this walking tour, I reintroduced Helen Bass Williams to campus, right? We had known Professor Helen Bass Williams as the first female faculty of color. We now know she was definitely the first female faculty of color, and especially in the College of Liberal Arts, she was still our first faculty of color. So Helen Bass Williams was a professor of French, so that's why Ms. Stanley Coulter, her offices were, this was always the languages building, it still is, and so her offices were in this space. She was also the first minority student counselor. And she was an educator and a public health advocate as well as a public health worker. And I always tease that she had this duality. Though in the morning, during the day she would teach French, and in the evening she would be working at public health, working at tuberculosis clinics, just doing public health campaigning in the community, including a proposal to start Head Start. Familiar with Head Start? Yeah. She started that. So, heavy civil rights advocate, walked alongside Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks. She was part of the activist crowd. Less than a year after the initial tour, we got her memorialized. I named it To Love and to Learn. And that comes from a quote that she made, a statement during a speech, when she accepted an award from Purdue University. And she said she did all of this for love, and basically because to love is to learn. To you as student leaders, I ask, what is your legacy? Right? What is the legacy you're working towards? What are the things about what you are doing and contributing and participating in that you want memorialized?
I don't have a vision for the future of my organization. I have a vision more of, for the future of Black Purdue. And that's kind of just having all the organizations just be, together. And we talked about it a little bit earlier, but kind of just being able to be all collaborative when it comes to, holding events, and then also just being able to have events and not being able to step on each other's shows, and just have really just a big community when it comes to that, and big coalition. And I think we're kind of going towards that. So the next steps, of course, is that a lot of people know about future Black leaders and their involvement on Purdue University's campus as of now. I think that's going to be really helpful to help, make the future Black Purdue look really good.
FBL staffing is included with people from diverse backgrounds and diverse thought. So the roundtable is basically the collective of all the Black student leaders for all the organizations on campus. So when I was asked to form that roundtable, I thought, well, this is a long shot because there's so many people involved, and not many people are going to have the same drive and dedication as you to fulfill these goals of the roundtable. So, but it's working. It's working really well.
What I need to do is dance. So, I like to dance. I like to do what I want to do, and that's another chance of exercising, and then also getting to know people and talking to other people about how what go to Essence is. So, one thing about that it relieves stress.
Hi, my name is Tanai. I am the president, the co-founder, and co-captain of Go to Excellence. And with that being said, I had a young lady come up to me and ask if there was another kind of Black woman dancer at campus, which was specifically known as of like majorette. And so I told her there was not, but I will make one for her. So I reached out to Ayana and Strala, and we all came together to found Go to Excellence on October 24th, 2024.
We founded Golden Essence, and I mean, it's been history. We've been booking shows, we've had practice, and it's been really busy, but it's been like an awesome opportunity and just experience.
I've always had a passion for dance. Back when I was in high school and even in college, I was on the Golden dance team, so I was always on a predominantly white dance team. But I really found my community here, especially in the Black community at Purdue.
For Golden Essence dance team, my vision for the future is to basically dance at basketball games, football games, just because we do not have a Black team there. I want to be the first here at Purdue. This is the reason why I made it. We need to be known and seen here. We do not have a majorette team here at Purdue University at all, so my vision is to make sure we are in places that we are not seen.
For me, I try to provide a collaborative space for my executive board. So whether you're the president like myself or the secretary, you have a say-so in what happens in this organization because you represent one of our members.
One thing we've also been doing is documentation. We realize like there has to be, a very rich documentation for the next set and next series of people who come in to be able to understand how the organization has moved over the year.
I try to connect them to campus partners so that the organization can carry on after me. And for me, documentation is important. So when we're creating these agendas, I want the next person that takes over this position to see this history and carry on this history and not starting from a blank space.
I would say one experience that stands out to me is my experience with the National Society of Black Engineers, with the NESB. It's been a great experience, honestly. Literally from my freshman year right up to my senior year. I've been to every one of the conferences, the regional and national conferences that have been organized.
Just feel like someone that's constantly soaking in a lot of Black Purdue, whether it be through like a leadership position or even just as a regular board member, being able to absorb, and understand new aspects of Black life, especially and Black culture on Purdue as well.
Also, the people that I've gotten to grow with and their family now. So that's one of the experiences I would say has been truly a core memory for me.
I do make an effort to try and know everybody, people that I'm like going to see, pretty often. But, having people that could relate to you in terms of like, social areas, like what they keep up with, what you keep up with, having people that you can talk to like that. I think it's a good thing to have.
The future for all my organizations, I just want them to all continue to grow, and then I want the Black population at Purdue to continue to grow as well. It's already grown a lot since I've been here, but I just want it to continue to grow over time. And basically, next steps for that, I would say just being a part of organizations like Boiler Tracks, for example. We do a lot of stuff within the community, the Black community, not just at Purdue University, but like doing outreach stuff to like high schools. So just continuing to have events and like actually like have that representation.
My name is Janaya Downing. I'm one of the Associate Directors of Admissions over in the Office of Admissions. I think we create opportunities for conversations. I think one of the larger deterrents of a student choosing a school like Purdue is they never had a chance to talk to someone who's like lived that experience, kind of walked down that path and found success. So if that voice doesn't engage them, maybe they don't want to seek it out themselves, and they'll just go somewhere else where the voice may be more prevalent. And I think what Boiler Tracks does really well is multiple times during the year we get them around students from diverse backgrounds to just share their story.
My biggest hope for my alma mater is that we would increase the number of domestic Black students that enter into the university.
I tried to get involved in as many Black student organizations as possible. So I quickly joined the Black Student Union and was involved in that all 4 years, eventually becoming president in my senior year at the BSU. I was involved in things like Society of Minority Managers, being a business student. And so to me, that meant doing everything I can to increase the number of students that are here. And it's less, personally, it's less about like sheer number and percentage. I know that's always a focus, and more about representation. Are we represented in the leadership areas? Are we represented in predominantly white spaces? Are we represented? Do they know our voices matter and our voices have meaning and our voices have value?
My experience as a Purdue student was excellent, and I say that because as I talked about creating the subcultures, I was a part of a sorority here, Sigma Gamma Rho sorority. I was a part of the Purdue women's track and field team, and then I made sure that I participated in campus activities, specifically with the residence hall system and other activities. I really learned emotional intelligence here. So when I say that, being a part of a team, being a part of an organization, a sorority, you really learn how to manage your emotions and how to build relationships.
When you think about your ability to leave a legacy, when you think about your ability to leave a mark, to affect others, to create change, think about it through the perspective of how do I make others' lives better?
So I learned to be very selfless as a Black student here. It did cross over into the classroom as well.
How do I create the foundation for people to not have to overcome the same obstacles that I did? And that could be getting into college, that could be relative to socioeconomics, that could be political, it could be through a variety of different things.
It's not about Toyenda's success. Toyenda was very successful here. I'm in Purdue's Hall of Fame. So when I tell you that I had a great experience here as an athlete, I had a great experience. But my experience, my personal experience as an athlete does not trump the experience of the whole. We have to know that everything we do right now impacts the future.
The ache in my steps from my lengthy walk seems irrelevant when the checkered lines are waving at me. A mix of encouragement and damnation, which is hard to sift through.
But I can't let this kill my taste for trying.
Each footfall echoes with the weight of those before me.
Their voices carried in the wind, urging me on.
Legacy is not just in the miles I've traveled.
But in the past, I carve for those yet to come.
I press forward, though the ground is uneven.
Live it with doubt, yet rich with resolve.
What I built today will stand beyond.
A monument not of stone, but of sacrifice and will. So I chase the line, not just for my own glory, but for those who will follow in my footsteps.